Good evening and welcome back to the Bear Cave. I'm Teddy and you are listening to Night Talk. So grab a glass of wine and join me tonight. It's Friday. Yeah. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing great. I got a lot of things accomplished today. So let's do this. There we go. Let me know that the sound is clear and I can just get into a few things. Yeah. So remember the last time when I posted on my or during my broadcast, I put up some comments that were made by Lenora. Yeah, we're going to get back to talking a little bit about that tonight. Because what I did is I put those through AI. Hang on. And I let the AI process those comments. Well, I found something that happened maybe a few months back, maybe, but it's relevant. It is. And so I decided, well, let me just see what AI might think about these comments. So I'm going to try that again. I may play some music. I may just talk. I may rest my voice. It's doing better, but shout out to my moderators, Baby Juju and Vicky Black. I can see you out there. Yeah. And we are live right now, just here on YouTube. So let me get my little cup of Gatorade. So I think I'm going to need that. And I wanted to put my dog away, but he's like, I can't get him to budge. He wants to just, lay here right beside me, on the floor. So if I have to, press pause and put him up, I will. But he's like right there. Come on. Some dogs. He's not a lap dog, but he likes, and that's okay. Yeah, I see Love Wins, Latoya, Blessed. Yeah, they're coming in. Yeah. Okay. Something that I found interesting about one of her comments, or part of her I'll say rather lengthy comments that she was making, is let me just see if I can kind of go to this something last. And again, if my computer, hang on. And I don't have to show you this, but let's just dive in, shall we? Because some of this needs to be addressed. It does. And so her response was to a post that Danielle created. And in Danielle's post, the essence of it was that I'm still a member of, and it's only 2 of her channels. And I don't even know why I should even, bother with the other one, but it's where it's at, okay? But it's the main channel that she's mostly concerned with. And so what she did is she created a post, and then she calculated how much money she thinks that I've spent, and she says it's for 3 channels, and it's not. All right. But anyway, so she posts this up, and people are giving their response to it. Well, Lenora, she gives a very lengthy response. And I thought, you know what? Let's see what she had to say about this. Let's see. Give me a second. So I'm trying to roll it up. Okay. Hang on. I mean, it's obvious that, hang on. Just so I can give you a sense, and this is fair use commentary, I can quote anybody's post, especially when they're speaking about me or directly to me. And if they're talking about someone else and it's a topic that I want to discuss. So, okay. So again, the whole premise of Danielle's post is that she's complaining that I'm still a member of her channel. And she says it's to keep track of her. So someone writes a comment, and then Lenora, she gives her comment below. And let's see, what does she say? I'll put it in some of her words exactly, but then I'll just do my best to go through it. So she tells this individual that she wants to respond during her lunch hour. She talks about how thorough this individual's feedback and that it's factual, and shed some light on Bundy's intent and action. So then she goes on to say that she recalls all of these examples and she's aware of how she, when she's saying she's referring to me, bites off of others, and that it's to be bold in her actions, speak to not only codependency, but from her perspective, then she attempts to diagnose me with border personality disorder. Okay. Then she goes on to say, well, there's so much to unpack with Bundy, specifically her antics, here on this channel, and various personas. She's unoriginal, copies others. She talks about codependency, inability to be independent, imitation, lost in fantasy, vicariously living through others. She talks about Natasha's, that channel. She talks about fixation on Marvel character. She asserts or says specifically that I dox and stalk subs and mods, and even when they have done nothing to her. But here's the part I was going to say in the beginning. She says that I'm cognizant of Bundy's repeated denigration of me, specifically her intention to share my information after she and her sub, Midwest Mama, saw who I was following on IG, i.e., Danny Nirvana. Okay? Her actions demonstrate manipulative and vindictive tendencies. I also recall her idiotic sub, Jennifer Love Spewett's threat to contact my publisher, and some things that she said, and so forth and so on. Okay, so let's see what AI had to say about Lenore's passage here. Okay, if you want to, I just thought, there are a few things that, and there is another lengthy passage, but let's see if we can tackle this one first. Make sure my mic is open. You can hear me just fine. I know. Let me just say hello again to a few others, and then I'm just going to read you AI's response. Let's see who else has joined me. It's Love Wins, Cups of Conversations, Joanne, Pamela, good evening. Let's see, who else? Latoya, I think I said hello. All right, so let's just dive into it here. The analysis of Lenore's, this first passage. Again, hang on, I'm trying to... Sometimes when I try to go down, then it'll take me all the way back up. Okay. Hang on. Maybe what I should do is I could copy this somewhere. All right, so the first response that AI had is overall, Lenore's passage is an aggressive and layered attempt to publicly discredit you. Mhm. And it's wrapped in language that mimics concern and pseudo psychological insight. So then let's go ahead and break it down for tone and clarity. And then let's see what other passages might read. Again, it's composed, of assertive and focus on accountability rather than reaction, okay? So, one, attempted credibility building. So, she, in this case, Lenora, opens by affirming someone else's comment, trying to position herself as informed and align with the facts without ever directly presenting her own. 2. Use of clinical labels. Lenore implies you have borderline personality disorder, which is a serious clinical diagnosis. It is. Throwing this label around in a YouTube comment with no credentials is reckless, defamatory, and potentially libelous. It also is a manipulation tactic to frame you as unstable or untrustworthy to others. 3. Dismissal of your content creativity. She calls you unoriginal, claiming you're copying others and mocks your interests in Marvel's character, Natasha Romanoff. This is a common strategy trolls use to minimize a creator's brand or identity. By attaching that to Danielle, I'll just say someone that you know what the focus is, okay? Lenore tries to create a narrative that you're obsessed. AI. Why not use a technology, to assist in breaking down some of these passages, so that I can at least appear to be unbiased, just put the comments in directly and everything and see what comes out. 4th, accusations of harassment. She claims you dox, stalk, and denigrate people, yet provides no evidence. This is serious, especially since she then names a subscriber. Yes, JLS, and we know that's Jennifer, and makes a vulgar threat, stilettos up his. This undercuts her own credibility and opens her up to potential harassment accusation. So while she's, armchair doing diagnostics, then she undercuts her own credibility when she begins to denigrate people. This is AI. This is AI. 5, hypocrisy and projection. She complains of being threatened, doxxed, or mocked, then uses violent language and demeaning labels herself. The way she ends the comment, "I'd rather God shine light upon me, not demons," is melodramatic and implies moral superiority while engaging in the very same behavior she condemns. Again, let me just say that. Clearly, Lenore is aligned, we know that, with Danielle and is helping to build, this narrative. But her language is extreme. And according to AI, her logic is flawed. And her own conduct just as questionable as what she's accusing, it says, you of. Now, I'm going to pause right here because I'm not looking at your comments, but there is another passage that goes along with this one, okay? Because she continues to make comments and, well, it's not my words. But when have I degraded her? When? I've only pointed out passages or comments that she's made directed at me. That's after, well, you know the story, right? All right, let me look at your comments and then we'll go to something else. And yes, listen carefully. Listen carefully. It's like, and it's her opinion. Yeah, it is. And she's said it is her opinion. And I'll read it in the next passage. But yeah, it seems like it's so personal because she's accused me of having a vendetta against her. And, when she published something here recently, and I just, I'm still like, wow. Maybe there is something to it, a personal connection. Because the more I look at some of the things that she's written around comments that Danielle has made about me, I don't know. Yeah. But you'll be surprised to hear what AI had to say about the next passage and summary. So let me just read a few of your comments and see what you think so far. Cups of Conversation says, she's writing comments like she's writing a book. Auntie Lily need to tell the people why she deactivated her IG. I don't know if it's remember, she can, you know this as well as I do. She can block people and she can still be activated. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. But maybe she has. She did mention something about writing. Well, I'll read it in the next passage. Maybe it was tongue in cheek. I don't know. Okay, listen carefully. Love Win says, Lenny girl, you came to unwind with Teddy. She didn't sin for you. Lily is lost in her own web of lies. Lily has said a lot about me I didn't realize. There's a lot out there. Yeah. hmm Um, and to that you say, Cups, yeah. Just like a content creator on YouTube that can't stand Jennifer and never lets it go. Mm. Yeah, somehow Jennifer, it lingers. It lasts for years, even with comments about Jennifer. Yeah. Even since I've heard Jennifer say apologies, come back, talk about what was said, um, time and time and time again. Yeah. Yeah. Lovewind says, I sure hope her family is surrounding her now. She needs all the emotional support. Mm. Yeah, everyone needs family. Mm-hmm. Makeup diva and curls. Yeah. Again, these are rather recent comments. Okay. So let's go up. Hey. Let's listen to a little more of this, shall we? Um, hmm. So the analysis continues with Lenore's statement from AI, speaking about the tone. It's clinical, almost this pseudo psychological, but it's also harsh and accusatory. It's couched in academic language, projection, codependency, self worth, words like that, which might give it a veneer of credibility, but it's rooted in personal judgment, and not objective analysis. 1. Projection. She's accusing you of attributing your own actions to Danielle, specifically calling Danielle the stalker while being the real aggressor. Victim's verse says aggressor. Lenore frames Danielle as the actual victim and implies you've been masquerading as one. With regard to content, she criticizes you for collecting and using evidence to make content, suggesting you've done this for 2 years without genuine cause or resolution. She implies your content and even your identity depend too heavily on Danielle's presence or reputation. Psychological judgments. She makes claims about low self-worth, lack of identity, and dependency, essentially diagnosing you without knowing your full reality. Ooh. Ooh. Diagnosing Essentially, that's what she's doing, and she's been doing it in a number of passages I've read. I didn't know. Moral positioning. The passage that ends by suggesting that your behavior is unhealthy, maybe even dangerous in terms of emotional development or boundaries. So, what is really going on? This is what AI is saying. This is what's really going on. Lenora is deflecting from Danny's behavior by over psychologizing you and minimizing anything Danny might have done. Psychoanalyzing, but it doesn't say psychoanalyzing. It says psychology, just like that. Trying to publicly shape a narrative that you are unstable, obsessed, and not credible. Positioning herself as a rational outsider, using therapy speak to make her claims sound valid, while actually just being judgmental. This kind of writing is often used to gaslight or delegitimize someone who is trying to speak up about being wrong. So, it's, to me, it's really interesting. Mhm. It is. How, and I've spoken about this before, how people try to use, um, I've said armchair psychology or psychoanalyzing or psychological language to discredit others without a license, without context, and without accountability for what they're actually doing. Just think about that for a moment. Some people claim, and you've heard this, that I'm obsessed for speaking up, yet they never ask Danny. Why? She's continued to target or strike my content. Have you ever heard anyone ask her that? Or why these same people monitor everything that I say? My channel wasn't created and or built on Danny. I've discussed a variety of topics and issues. But when someone abuses YouTube's systems to silence creators, well, I'm going to speak out. That's not obsession. That's standing up. That's standing up. And I've learned, I've grown. But as far as needing acceptance from people who twist facts and spread judgment, well, I have my own voice and I have my own receipts. I do. As much as those receipts that I have are continuously silenced. Yeah. It's just that there are, there's people who don't challenge her, don't call her out, don't ever question her. Why not? The same ones. Why don't they question her behavior? Yeah, why don't since they want, no, they're not going to do that. Let's see. See what else AI says that might be going on. And again, a person can process, they can put my things that I say, comments that I make. Yeah. Have it broken down. As a matter of fact, I should take a number of the video comments that have been made and have them processed. Mhm. Give the background. Develop the story. But each time I've tried to do that without the assistance of AI, just develop or tell the story, then it's stunted so that I can't get it out the way I think it's important to get out. Now, someone might say, well, I'm picking a. No, I'm just pointing out. Because if things weren't, put down in writing like they are, I wouldn't be able to point them out. hmm Especially, when I'm accused of going after people, she says that haven't done anything to me. Oh, I don't. Just a lot of, accusations without any evidence or any receipts. Yeah. Again, to delegitimize. Mhm. With a lot of, psychobabble. Let's just wait a minute. Hang on. I could say a whole lot, but it's simply, it didn't start out that way. I wasn't Like some of you say, she wasn't even a thought. And I didn't know she was thinking about me so much because she's written a whole lot about a lot of comments about me. You know, are you writing a book? Because if you are, maybe your prologue. Want a hint of what it might want to be? Oh, you don't want me to tell you what I think it might be. Good opening to your story. Mhm. A family affair, I think. I think it is. And the more I think about it, I'm like, Oh, the music is skipping. Let's see. Did I pull it out? Let's pull it down. Turn it way down. Is that better? Because I'm still waiting on receipts. Yeah. The family secret. I think people have lots of secrets. Different people hmm have family secrets. Maybe there is something that they might know. hmm hmm Rip running receipts. Um, I'm still waiting to hear a response, so I haven't heard that yet. hmm And maybe next week. Yeah, it's was a short week, I think, for probably the court. hmm Yeah. In the meantime, I am waiting for. I'm waiting on a couple things. hmm And so we'll just, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Again, I'm just, I'm not trying to get too far ahead of anything right now. Yeah. Because you just never know how these things are going to go. Right. Yeah. Now let's see if I can roll this one back. Hang on. Wait a minute. Let's see if I want to jump into this one. I didn't even read some of the more, I'll just say, um, like personal insults. Yeah, when she throws a jab about my hands being dirty, but other things that she says around it, like physically, like I'm not a clean person, things like that. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of, I think, kind of tacky. Really. I mean, just to put it like that, it's kind of tacky, I would think, coming from someone like her. I thought, anyway. Yeah. I don't know. Yes, TikTok. TikTok. I want to say something so bad, but I can't. Yes, yes, it's tacky. Yeah, it just really is. It's just tacky. Um, Cub says, well, she definitely sound like the aunt. Her and Shaky have a lot of similarity. Um, there are some things there. She's certainly, either someone is taking a page out of that person's book, or she's taking a page out, the with the insults. She knows how to. She says she can read. You know, um, um, I don't know. I'm just, you know, I just call it kind of tacky. What is this? They make the same accusatory remarks about everyone they go after. Mm. Yeah, she can read, she can, you know, I mean, I guess she prides herself in that. As quickly as she could do that, others can do it too, but I I just don't use the the language. I don't have a need to be vulgar or vile, or you know I don't need that to make emphasis. Mm-mm. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't make me. It doesn't make me think any less of myself if she thinks that's why. I don't know. And others. I some of the comments I've read from others, oh my goodness. It's they've really been convinced by one individual. Yeah. But they're not holding that person accountable at all. What is Baby Juju says? I don't think that's her real name. Her books. What is this? Her books? I haven't read her books. There's probably one book though that might be worth looking at. Just to, yeah, just to see what it's about. It's not reading if you're doing it in the dark behind members' walls. She ain't saying nothing now. She's now, uh, she knows that you are alive. She's probably a ghostwriter. I don't know. I I know that she's taking up for someone. If that's not family, she's doing a lot and saying a lot of things that, yeah, she. I just want to know what her evidence is. You know, where are her receipts? Hmm. Yeah, all these people, any of them. I mean, really. And you know, another person. Let me tap into this. Lenore's gonna say, "Oh, I pick on this person or I pick on that person." No, another person that came right behind her and asked a question. It was good old Judy Coles. What did Judy say? Hang on, let me get it right. Let me get it correct. We haven't talked about Judy, but Judy's still talking about me. Um, uh, let's get this one correct. Let's see. Yeah. Lenore says that I throw rocks and hide my puffy, dirty hands. Just, she can't help herself. Um, let's see. Let's see what Judy says. Oh, are we even sure? Let's see. Judy Cole says, are we even sure that she was ever a physician assistant? So I wanted to pull it up so I could read it. Now let me go back. Let's take this off. Are we even sure that she was ever a physician assistant? Judy, are we even sure that when you came over to this platform that your intentions were above board? Because I've never done anything to you. Still not. But let me just see something here for a minute. Let's see. Judy Coles first reached out to me. It was May 26th of 2023. So we were talking about, all of us, about Daniel Elizabeth, right? Mm-hmm. She wrote me 254 times. Girl, for somebody that wrote me 254 times, and I've never said anything about you. And then you go over with these personal attacks. You would think that I've done something to her. And she could, she has the emails. She could put them up. And she would know that I've never said anything that I would be ashamed of people knowing or at all. Just, didn't say very much, but responded occasionally. You know, even gave her a little bit of a platform when she'd come up. I'd bring her up. Yeah. I thought she was sincere. But maybe there was another motive that I missed. Yeah. I did say email me. And you can email me if you want to email me every single day. That's fine. Some people like to reach out. And there might be just a handful, just a few, that I've, corresponded with over the years. Probably at least that many times or more, depending on what we were discussing. But what did I do to Judy? Would somebody tell me, please? Judy. Sant, a mole. Yes. And I could say something more. I could get messy, but I don't get messy. Not really. Yeah. No. I don't. I don't. Are we sure? Judy, you've got my information. Go look it up. You don't believe your leader? Or hadn't you heard, Judy Coles, that your leader has filed more than 10 fraudulent complaints to the medical board? So I guess I must be, but you check with your leader. Maybe she's sure. Because she keeps trying. So she must believe that. Because she keeps, going after my medical license. So I think she believes it. So maybe just, tune in, Judy. What is this? Cup says, Teddy, the more I watch you, the more I understand why they want to silence you. Yeah, they say I talk slow, but when I want to. I'm just never, that. Yeah. You say they're scared. I would have more to say on that when I know more. Yeah, because I don't want to jump the gun just yet. I've got to get up. I've got to get to first base. I got to get up to bat. That's what it is. I got to get up to bat. Yeah. 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 My receipts can definitely receipt. Because every time I put them up, they don't want them. Oh, by the way. So I was listening to another one of Danielle's videos. And here she was talking about Tales from the Cult. Okay. And she was talking about her voice. And that no one's ever heard her real voice. And it kind of made me I don't know, sit up and lean in, because this was before she went on, with the John Yates. She said that she used her real voice. She only used her real voice on Station Head. But somehow I'll ask a question. Did Danielle go on Station Head before 2022? I really wasn't listening. I wasn't. Did she go on Station Head before 2022? If you know, was she on Station Head? Because I'm telling you, it was as if she was almost saying, even the voice that we think that we hear, that's not her voice. She said, I used my real voice on Station Head. I'd have to pull up. This video was before. I'm telling you. And then she said, well, basically, it's too late now because all of that is gone. You missed it. Well, we hear her all the time. So what is she saying? And I picked up on that in one of her videos. Mm-hmm. When did she make the video? And I'd have to pull when Tales was talking about, what's her name? Tori Talks? Is there somebody that's named Tori Talks? That's it. She was talking about, you know what? Let me just make sure that I've got this correct. let's see. I'm gonna have to pull that up, go through it, pull the transcript, and discuss this. hmm Because it had something to do with her saying that that wasn't her, that Tails knew that that was Tori Talks or someone. hmm And that she was saying that just for clicks and coins. Yeah. But it was the date of it. Um, it could have been. Was she ever on anyone else's station head? Has she all I don't even know. When did she start her station head? Does anyone know? I know she was there on in 2022. And I also know that she said that's the first time she came live with her voice, quote unquote, was, when she uh, started on John Yates. But did anyone else ever? Because I see, I don't know everything. I didn't follow her on Stationhead. But something has me thinking that I think she may be using a voice changer. I'm 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 not I'm just not convinced yet anymore based on some things that I've listened to and thought about. I how do we know? How do we know? How do we know that she isn't using some type of voice modification? Something mhm, to change, you know, the pitch or just something about her voice so that it's not identifiable. That's what I'm talking about. Because if she's taken all these measures, think about it, to be anonymous, then why do you think the voice that we hear is her voice without any editing, any type of um, you know, modification of it? I believe that's her voice. That is her voice. But what I'm saying is the pitch or something about it. Vicky seems to think I do believe that a shaky voice is her original voice. You're right, Cubs says, because if she was, why keep striking you? You talking about the voice? You don't think she's using one? So you think that's her voice? Yes. So then someone would recognize that voice, right? And it's about that voice. But there's something, I'm telling you, if you've heard her videos where she calls in and then she just, someone answers the phone, she sounds different. She comes out of that voice. Totally. Hmm. And then in the next breath, she's into that the voice that you hear her broadcasting in all the time. Hmm. So is she putting on that voice? Is she exaggerating her voice? I I haven't listened to her. She is code switching. She said she is code switching. You've never heard her come out of the broadcast voice? Bless? Then you haven't heard her when she's called into, the courthouse to get records on Jaguar or whatever. She totally changes. Hmm. It's not at all what you hear at all. I know you say you want to hear that voice. I want you to hear that voice. I would play it side by side. And maybe I'll do it on rip running receipts because I want people to hear it side by side to see and listen to her go in and out. Yeah, she puts a little more bass in her voice. And yeah. Hmm. She changes it. And I don't think she's doing that with the voice changer. Yeah. But who knows what she's doing? And the only reason I've been thinking about it is because she's taken all these precautionary, you know, to not be found out. So then why wouldn't she want to hide her real voice too? And make us think that the voice we hear is her. Hmm. Remember, is chess not checkers? How do we know? We don't. We don't until we figure out who she is. We won't know. I think when that happens, we're going to learn a lot. We're going to learn a lot about who she is. When that comes out, there's going to be a lot that's going to come out. Bless says, once I hear both voices, I will be able to determine something, such as one of the things is these people around her. I think there are some people around her that have been familiar with her for a long time. I definitely think that. I think she's been on YouTube much longer than people think. I think she's been around. Mhm. Even if she was in the bushes, she's been around. She's familiar. She's familiar with too many different people. Mhm. And it was too easy for people to, you know, find out about her. And it was done too quickly. I mean, it was like within a day or two. Everybody knew, right? Yeah. First videos out. Thousands of views right away. Somebody, they were ready to watch her. These people knew she was here. Hmm. The right people. Hmm. To turn it on and turn it off. What is this? Teddy, remember when Baby Turtle's mother family identified her voice? I do. And then we never heard anything else from Hollywood Next. That's what people are saying. Yeah, it was, yeah. Um, yeah, her nephew. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. All about the tea were all up in the chat and mods in the beginning. That's true. Yeah, because we can see all of the names. So all of those people followed over, became mods, a lot of them, some of the same people from Monica's group after Monica went away. Right? And as a matter of fact, Black Rabbit said she didn't even. How did she say she came to Monica? She said she was watching Plez, or watching the channel, and Plez was her favorite person, and she decided to interview, to try to reach out to Plez first. That's how. Hmm. Yeah, she was one of the first to try to reach out and get an interview from Plez. And then she ended up speaking with Debonair, and she played, I think, some of Schoolboy's video. But she was right on it. Hmm. Yep. Yep. There's just all these little crumbs we need to pick up, thread, things that I'm seeing that I've missed. Was she against all about the tea in the beginning? It seems that she defended Monica. Remember, I said she didn't really make videos, but She didn't really talk about her against her. Yeah. And here's the thing. Ask yourself this question. I thought about this today. Danielle can dox anyone. So that means she knows who Monica is. You don't think that Danielle doesn't know who Monica is? She knows who Monica is. I guarantee you she knows who Monica is. Because if she was really, let's say, not related, totally didn't know who Monica, nothing, and she came, she didn't know anything about Monica, she would want to know who Monica is. And she would do it for her own, personal self. So she knows who Monica is. That's right. Danielle can dox anyone. I've never thought about that. She knows who Monica is. Right? Because she sure had a strong reaction when Sinitra, got the license plate number. She talked about, people going up to, people's houses and, taking pictures and doing this and that of Monica. Hmm. So was she confirming? Is that her? Yeah. She said Iron Troll told everyone who Monica was. Kenya. Hmm. Yeah. At least that's who she told us. She believes Monica is. Hmm. Yes. She knows everything about Monica. She knows everything about everybody. 'Cause that's what she does. Hmm. Yeah. She can dox a pink circle. Let's see. Cup says, but they also said Iron Troll was purposefully sending Nosy fake stuff, right? In her video, Surviving Nosy Whole Life, I think it was number 5, when she talked about Iron Troll, she said, why did Nosy Whole Life continue to go after Monique or others when she knew that Monica was Kenya? And Iron Troll told her that. Yeah. Hmm. So she was upset. She was upset that Nosy Whole Life continued after Iron Troll had come out, after June the 20, you know, 3rd, when all this information between then and July 2nd, all that information came out. Hmm. And Nosy Whole Life continued. Yeah. Well, if that was, if it was all solved, then why is there still a question about who she really is? I mean, was that do you think the majority of people think that was solved, that mystery? Because if everyone knows now, why is Monica still hiding behind an avatar? If everyone, she revealed herself, yeah. Oh, she had the camera slip. She neither confirmed it nor denied it. So I don't buy it. Cub says, because the woman who showed her face isn't the woman Iron Troll says all about the tea is. That is correct. Did you go by the description? No. As a matter of fact, let's see. I was looking at it. Hang on. The picture of this. All right. So that's supposed to be Monica. And Danielle said it was a real camera slip. Monica had a camera slip. That's what it was. So there you have it. That's Monica. I don't believe it. Did we ever see her moving her lips? Did we ever see her talking while she was trying to show the ribs? When she had the camera slip, did you ever see her lips moving? But she was talking the entire time. No. I don't believe that's her. Yes, and she was just too calm. Mhm. Yep. Never. Bush babies, don't forget to hit the like. Right? We never even no, never saw the ribs. She was, you know, showing John and the rest the ribs. She was trying to move the camera, you know. So what did she do? Peel back the tape, but she never saw who is that lady? That okay. That look she almost looks like it's grainy, so it's hard to tell, but like it's fake. Yeah. And who else? Who else? Wasn't it Miss Messy Miss Matus or something? Didn't she have a camera slip and she put yeah grainy like Lily's pictures? No, Lily's pictures are out there. Very grainy. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, that's your avatar. And then after that, oh, mystery solved. That's the avatar. Monica, your picture, everybody knows who you are, who you look like anyway. What you look like. Oh, are you talking about Lily's pictures? But a lot of her pictures are blurry. Oh, okay. I know what you're saying. Like, uh, what is it? Like, yeah. What do they call that? I know what you're saying. Like people will put their picture, their photo on IG, but they want it to be, enhanced or whatever, using like some type of screen over her photos. Yeah, could be. Yeah. Now I know what you're saying. Yeah. Bless says, nope, not buying it. I think this was a play. She was way too calm. Way too calm. Yeah. Yeah. Way too calm. So all of it, the avatar, the people around the avatar, the story, Monique, all that story, all of it. Danielle, you know, all of this secrecy, aliases, the same. It's the same. Now that she has in common with Monica, lots of aliases, and so I guess you can just say Monica is an anon too. Mhm. Yeah, but she gives, yeah, a lot of smoke and filters. That's what I'm trying to say. Cups, filters. I said screen. Yeah, a filter. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, any close up shots. There's probably, yeah, a lot of filters are used. Mhm. Um, she's definitely is because this pic don't look nothing like her avatar. I'm sorry, not even close to it. Yeah, not even close. Not, no resemblance at all. No, yeah. Even when she was younger, anything, nothing. It's all an illusion. Yeah, yeah. Um, Also, there's somebody else. There's someone else that's hiding. Hmm. I'll just say that there's someone else who is hiding. They think they've hidden some things, but but I've found out something. They think they're hiding, but the, yeah, hmm, but something's out. Yep. Hmm. Oh, there's a lot of people playing. There's a lot of people playing in, yes, hiding businesses, hiding, yes. Hmm. People that don't want to be found out, they're hiding and moving things around. Yep. And I'm not just talking about Danielle right now. Nope. Let's get this picture. Let's get her picture. Gone. Boom. Put that up. Yeah. Okay, what time is it? Wow. Ooh, you mean I'm going to be up again till 1 o'clock? Well, it's yeah, it's the weekend. Okay, and yeah, I think I can wrap it up here. I said a few things, just things I wanted to just thanks Teddy for removing the picture. Yeah, yeah. We see you. Yeah, there. Yeah, these people were running together. Um, it would surprise you to find out a couple of people who are part of that dirty 40. Yep. Yep. Duckery Friday. We see you. Yeah. We see you out in the bushes. You out in the bushes. Who- Can't really tell who's out there. Didn't King World recently say something about he knew how to figure out who was in the bushes? Did you guys hear him say that? Yeah. He said there was some type of instructions long time ago, and and he could figure out who was watching. Mhm. Oh, they're definitely watching. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're gonna report. Yeah. But as far as receipts, they just won't let me show them. But we're gonna find out how we're gonna do it. All right. We're not going to 1 o'clock. We're gonna end it right here. It's 12:45. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the Grizzlies. Please hit the like on your way out. Email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. Yes. And I wish I could share a couple of these in time. In time, in time, in time. Just yeah, let me get up. Let me get on. Let me get on first base. Yep. Yep. Good night, everyone. That's what Love One says. Good night. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. See you tomorrow sometime.